Welcome back, Royal Sussex Squad family. I hope you're all sitting comfortably because today's episode is not just a recap. This is a moment of truth. Today, we unpack the latest insult, the latest act of cruelty and cold-heartedness from the institution that dares to call itself a family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have once again been excluded from King Charles's official birthday celebration, trooping the colour. For the third year in a row, they've received no invitation, not a word, not a gesture, not a sign of peace, nothing. And while that may not come as a shock to those of us who have been watching this slow-motion train wreck unfold for years, the pain of it still cuts deep. Because we're not just talking about public events and pageantry, we're talking about family, we're talking about a son and a daughter-in-law, we're talking about grandchildren. And what we're seeing is a monarchy that has replaced compassion with control, love with leverage, and tradition with toxic ego. Let's make one thing very clear from the jump. This isn't Harry and Meghan's fault. This isn't a consequence of their decision to step away. This is a reflection of the broken, archaic, emotionally stunted institution that continues to choose image over integrity, headlines over healing, and cruelty over connection. Now let's go back for a moment. The last time Harry and Meghan were at Trooping the Colour was in 2022 during Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. And even then they were hidden away, kept behind closed doors, out of sight, out of frame, not allowed on the balcony. Why? Because they were no longer working royals. As if that somehow erased their identity, as if stepping away to protect one's family is a crime. And since then, silence, complete erasure. They haven't been invited back since. We are watching in real time how an institution punishes a couple who chose love and protection over submission and performance. And still the UK media acts as if this exclusion is deserved, as if Harry and Meghan brought this on themselves. When the truth is they endured years of abuse, racism, betrayal and gaslighting and still maintained their dignity, still kept their heads high and still expressed a willingness to reconcile. And what has that gotten them? A king who refuses to even speak to his son. Harry said it himself, not in anger but in sorrow, that his father won't speak to him. He spoke of his hope for reconciliation. He said, "Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has." That's not a man throwing punches. That's a man reaching out despite everything for a moment of connection. And what did Charles give him in return? More silence, more rejection. Another year of being locked out while the press continues to spin this narrative that Harry is the villain. I mean, let's be real here. If Charles can find time to ride in a gold carriage and wave to crowds while receiving cancer treatment, surely he could make a call to his son. Surely he could extend an invitation to Trooping the Colour, but he didn't. Because this isn't about health. It's not about safety. It's about power,
how's Harry the dad?
about control, about sending a message to the rest of the family. If you step out of line, if you speak your truth, this is what happens to you.
The kids are doing great.
Harry's legal battle to get state-funded security was dismissed again. Let that sink in. He offered to pay for it out of pocket. He just wanted his wife and children to be safe when visiting the UK. But the Home Office said no.
How are you enjoying
And the Royals said nothing. The same people who live off public funds, who have 24/7 security at taxpayer expense, denied it to the only royal who actually needs it due to the threats he faces. This isn't oversight. This is sabotage. This is deliberate. And the fact that people still have the audacity to blame Harry for the breakdown in family relations is just disgusting.
I have no idea.
Let's talk about Meghan for a minute. That beautiful, resilient, kind woman who has done nothing but love her husband and protect her children. Meghan was supposed to attend a museum gala in Los Angeles the same day as Trooping the Colour, showing once again that she's out in the world, contributing, building, showing up. And yet, the British tabloids act like her not being at Charles's parade is some kind of failure on her part. No, it's a failure on his. Meghan doesn't need their invitation. She doesn't need their fake photo ops or performative smiles. She has always been a woman of purpose. She's raising two incredible children, building her brand, serving her community and showing the world that her worth is not tied to a crown. But let's not forget the human cost. Archie and Lilibet, innocent children who have never experienced Trooping the Colour, never stood on that balcony, never waved to the crowds. Why? Because their parents were deemed unworthy. Because the institution chose silence over sincerity. posterity.
helping other
These are
I've
children,
always had a life of service,
grandchildren
and then I
of
get
the
my
king,
fix being
and they've been
working
erased
with
from
these
the
guys.
royal picture
There's
because
no
of
version
decisions
me
made
coming
by
here,
bitter, frightened
watching them and
men
not
in
getting
grey
involved
suits.
myself.
Harry said it himself. I
Watching
miss my
Harry here,
country.
that
I
certainly
miss
rings
parts of
true.
the
His whole
UK.
time
I
on
think
the
it's really
mountain, he
quite
was
sad that I won't be
engaging
able
in
to
all
show
the
my children my
activities
homeland.
and talking to the
And that should
competitors,
break
really immersing
everyone's
himself
heart, because
in all
despite
this. And
everything
coming
that's
up
been
in our
done to
second
him,
hour, we have
Harry
an
still speaks
all-access
with love for the
exclusive look
place he grew
at
up
Harry's
in. He
preparations
still
for
holds
next
on to
year's
the idea
Invictus
of
Games
reconciliation.
and what it means to
And
him
yet,
personally
the response
and
is
to
more
his legacy,
rejection,
guys.
more exclusion,
fascinating
more
conversation,
punishment.
Will,
And for what?
Rebecca took note
For
of that.
daring to love openly, for refusing to let history repeat itself, for choosing his wife's
I
life and
couldn't
his
beat him,
children's safety over a title and a tiara. The monarchy has failed him, the tabloids have failed him, the so-called courtiers and family insiders have failed him. But Harry has not failed, Meghan has not failed. They have stood up, they have spoken out, and they have walked away with grace. We should be asking what kind of father turns his back on a son who has done nothing but protect his family. What kind of family celebrates with parades and carriages while deliberately excluding a beloved member? What kind of nation allows its media to dehumanize a woman because of the colour of her skin? The truth is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And here on Royal Sussex Squad, we won't stop speaking it, because this isn't just about trooping the colour. This is about a pattern of abuse, rejection and silence. It's about a system that punishes honesty and rewards performance. It's about a father who values image over intimacy. And it's about a media machine that will twist any story to fit their toxic narrative. But there's another truth, a deeper one, and that is this. Harry and Meghan are free. They are thriving. They are raising two beautiful children in love and safety. They are creating, giving, building a future that is not defined by outdated traditions or cold palaces. They don't need the monarchy to define their worth, and neither do we. If you believe in their strength, in their love, in their courage, then stand with us. If you're tired of the lies, the cruelty, the gaslighting, stand with us. If you know that family is more than blood, that it's about love, respect and protection, then stand with us. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry not invited to King Charles's birthday parade amid Harry's claim Dad won't speak to him. The move comes amid a deepening rift with the Sussexes and the royal family. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were not invited to King Charles's birthday parade for the third year in a row. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex last attended Trooping the Colour in 2022, but were kept out of the public spotlight. Harry recently said Charles won't speak to him amid their ongoing rift and legal battles over security. For the third year in a row, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have not been invited to Trooping the Colour, King Charles's official birthday celebration and one of the royal family's most high-profile annual events, set to take place this Saturday, June 14th. The decision continues a pattern set after Charles became monarch in 2022. The last time Harry and Meghan attended Trooping was during Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee in June 2022. Where they were noticeably kept out of the public spotlight, watching the parade from a separate room alongside other non-working royals and not joining the traditional balcony appearance. Their ongoing absence comes as the family rift deepens. The Duke of Sussex, 40, recently lost a legal bid to reinstate his state-funded security in the UK and admitted in a BBC interview last month that he cannot envision bringing his wife and their two children, Prince Archie, 6, and Princess Lilibet, 4, back to Britain under the current circumstances. I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point, he said. The lack of an invitation to Trooping follows a series of strained moments between father and son, including Harry's statement that King Charles is not currently speaking to him. Despite the silence, Harry has continued to express hope for a reunion. I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore, he told the BBC. Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has, he continued. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile. Meghan, 42, had been scheduled to attend a museum gala in Los Angeles on the same day as Trooping, before the event was cancelled earlier this week amid ongoing protests in the city. People confirmed that the King, 76, will travel by carriage at Trooping the Colour for the second year in a row instead of riding on horseback. As his treatment for cancer continues, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex joined the Trooping the Colour celebrations twice as a couple following their 2018 wedding, riding in the royal carriage procession and making balcony appearances at Buckingham Palace in both 2018 and 2019. Like most large-scale events, trooping was significantly scaled down in 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID pandemic. The tradition was brought back in 2022, but the royal event is one that Harry and Meghan's children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, have never attended. Prince Archie, 6, was just a few weeks old when his parents went to trooping in June 2019. Meanwhile, his sister Princess Lilibet, 4, was born in California in June 2021 after Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties. Both Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet travelled with their parents to the UK in June 2022 for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations commemorating Queen Elizabeth's record 70-year reign. The Queen likely met Lilibet, who was named after the monarch's childhood nickname, during that trip, which doubled as Harry and Meghan's only trip to the UK with their kids after stepping back from their royal roles. It, quote, "is understood that a sticking point in the rift between Harry and King Charles is the issue of automatic state-funded security." While in the UK, Prince Harry maintains that this essential protection was unfairly stripped when he and his wife stepped back in 2020. And a judge dismissed his latest legal appeal to restore this security on May 2. The things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. "I love my country, I always have done, despite what some people in that country have done," Harry told the BBC. "I miss the UK, I miss parts of the UK, of course I do," he continued. "I think that it's really quite sad that I won't be able to show my children my homeland." As the distance between the Duke and his father goes on, royal biographer Sally Bedell-Smith tells people in an exclusive cover story, the underlying issue is trust. Tomorrow, London's heart will beat to the rhythm of Trooping the Colour, a spectacle of military precision and royal pageantry. The mall will overflow with crowds, all waiting for the iconic moment on the Buckingham Palace balcony. That balcony scene, a family portrait against the sky, symbolises unity and tradition. Yet this year, a noticeable absence will hang in the air. Far away in California, Prince Harry and Meghan, along with their children, will not be part of the celebration. For the third year, they're not on the guest list, a silent but profound statement about family and fracture. King Charles, facing his own health battles, will take the salute, surrounded by familiar faces, the Prince and Princess of Wales, their children, and the Princess Royal. The ceremony continues, but the picture feels incomplete. It's like a constellation missing two of its brightest stars. The absence echoes louder than the cheering crowds, telling a story of strained relationships and difficult choices. The empty space on the balcony highlights the personal cost behind the public spectacle. Behind the crowns and rituals, there's a family marked by love, loss, and a rift that time has yet to heal. The grandeur endures, but the pain of absence lingers. Just a few years ago, Harry and Meghan stood proudly on that balcony, embodying hope for a modern monarchy. They were the bridge between tradition and change, their presence celebrated by the crowds. But the tides turned quickly. By the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in 2022, Harry and Meghan had stepped back, watching from a distant window instead of the balcony. The separation was no longer just physical, it was ceremonial. In 2023, King Charles's first Trooping the Colour brought no invitation at all. The message was clear, the line had been drawn, and the family photograph was being recomposed without them. Now, in 2025, their absence is no longer shocking. It's the new normal. The initial wound has settled into a chronic ache within the family. Archie and Lilibet have never experienced the roar of the crowd from that balcony, never stood with their cousins or grandfather. The narrative has shifted from a temporary rift to a permanent reality. The story is no longer about their return, but about the lasting consequences of their departure. The chasm has widened into a canyon, and the family dynamic has been forever altered. The absence is now tradition. The monarchy moves forward, but the fracture remains. The official reason for the Sussex's absence is the working royals only policy. Enforced since 2022, it dictates that only those performing official duties appear on the balcony. On paper, it's pragmatic, a way to clarify who represents the crown. But for Harry and Meghan, stepping back meant relinquishing not just duties, but family moments. The balcony became a symbol of what they gave up. For Archie and Lilibet, it means growing up without the shared traditions that bind royal generations. The policy, while orderly, deepens the emotional divide. It turns a family gathering into a corporate lineup, prioritizing protocol over connection. The unseen wall it creates may be impossible to bridge. The cost is not just ceremonial, but deeply personal. Beneath the policy lies a deeper rift. A breakdown between father and son and between brothers. Trust has eroded, fueled by public interviews and Harry's memoir. King Charles and Prince William fear private words will become public, creating a wall of silence. In a recent interview, Harry spoke of the pain. His father won't speak to him, and security disputes have deepened the divide. Harry's plea was raw, a call for connection, especially as his father faces illness. Yet attempts at reconciliation are met with resistance. When Harry visited the UK, a meeting with his father never happened. Every public statement from Harry is met with suspicion, reinforcing the cycle of mistrust. Harry remains in emotional limbo, expressing love, but kept at arm's length. The silence is not just absence, it's a powerful statement that leaves a son feeling alone. The rift is now both public and painfully personal. Beyond emotional barriers, security concerns keep Harry from reconnecting with his homeland. Losing taxpayer-funded protection after stepping back, Harry fought a long legal battle for his family's safety. His offer to pay for police protection was refused, and his latest appeal was denied. Without adequate security, Harry says he cannot bring his family to the UK. The trauma of his mother's fate haunts him, making safety non-negotiable. The refusal feels personal and perilous, effectively exiling the family by circumstance. Archie and Lilibet can't visit their grandfather or cousins, reinforcing the narrative of separation. Every visit becomes a logistical nightmare, not a family reunion. The price of safety is their connection to Harry's homeland. While the palace gates remain closed, Meghan has built a new life in California. She's focused on advocacy, launched a lifestyle brand, and created her own public identity. Her absence from royal events is often framed as a snub, her work scrutinized through a hostile lens. Every move is interpreted within the narrative of the royal rift. Meghan faces criticism whether she stays private or pursues her career. Despite this, she continues her work on causes like gender equality and mental health. She's building a community and career in America surrounded by support. In the UK, her story is one of absence. In the US, it's one of independence and purpose. Meghan is determined to define herself beyond her royal title. Her resilience is often overlooked, but it shapes her new chapter. The exclusion of the Sussexes raises questions about the monarchy's future. Strict adherence to tradition projects order, but risks appearing cold and unyielding. The monarchy's rigidity may not resonate with a public that values empathy and honesty. For Harry and Meghan, the separation shapes their children's identity. Americans by upbringing, outsiders to royal tradition. Archie and Lilibet inherit resilience, not shared memories on the balcony. Public opinion is shifting. Many now see a family feud rather than a symbol of unity. The image of a lonely king and an exiled son does little to bolster the monarchy's claim to national unity. The story of the empty balcony is a modern tragedy, love, duty, and misunderstanding colliding. The cost is measured in missed moments and lost potential for healing. As the bands play and flags wave, the enduring image is one of a family haunted by absence. The monarchy endures, but its heart bears the scar of this deep divide. The empty space on the balcony says more than words ever could. This is the Royal Sussex Squad, where truth lives, where love wins, and where we never, ever back down. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and show your support through super thanks if you can. Every single gesture, every word of encouragement keeps this community strong. We ride for Harry, we ride for Meghan, and we will keep riding until the whole world sees what we already know, that they are not the villains of this story. They are the survivors. Until next time, keep your heads high, your hearts open, and your voices loud. We are Royal Sussex Squad, and we are not going anywhere.